Hi everyone, welcome back. I am filming a updated tour of my sewing room for you all. I have to apologise for my wobbly camera work during this. I've only got me to do the filming, so I'll do my best. I have done a tour way back on my channel. It was the second video I ever did, and so you can take a look back. It's the same room, I've just changed things around a little bit, and so I thought I'd give you a quick update. So I'll turn the camera around so you can follow how my room is looking now. Okay, so this is my little sewing sanctuary. It's not a big room, but it is dedicated to just my sewing. So let me take you in, and if you've seen my last one, you'll probably notice a few changes as soon as we walk in. So firstly, I used to have a little ironing board up on the wall here, but what I found was I was bringing up the large ironing board and not using it. So I've used this space to put this lovely thread rack that my brother bought me. I think he bought me it for a Christmas present. These are my favourite cones for overlocking because they come out rainbow, as you can see. And then obviously these are some of my sewing machine threads. As we go in, this is where I used to have my sewing table. But let me just move back so hopefully you can see. I now have a storage and some drawers. This is because I just filmed my vlog about my deer and doe, so that's a little behind the scenes insight into my camera equipment. I always had these pegboards. If you saw, I set up when I first moved here a couple of years ago my pegboards, which are awesome and I love them. But I've moved this little unit here. This is now got my cotton fabrics in it, which are mostly for bag making and things like that. And then I have this wool ironing mat, which lives here all the time, so I can get my ironing done. And then I keep my ham just up here on the pegboard so I can get to it. The pegboard's not greatly organised at the moment, but I do have some of my patterns are in here that I like to keep there. I have some labels just there, so if I want to use. I have various bits and bobs in this tray which really needs organising, but it's got some elastic, some fray tack, sew aid. It's got washi tape, including the lovely one I just got from the Sew Hayley Jane box. These are new to me. So these are called Sew Tights, and I've mainly bought them for my bag making because when you can't get to some of the pockets in the middle of a bag because you can't clip them, and with bags you often have to clip because they're really thick. These are little like magnets, and I don't know if I can show you. Is it going to focus? There you go. The magnets go to hold things in place without putting any pins or clips through, and then they're really, really thin so you can sew and they hopefully won't shift. I haven't tried them out yet. I don't know how useful they'll be in dressmaking, but certainly in my bag making I'm hoping they'll help. I have a few little containers here. These have all my needles. These have things like chalks, measuring tapes, thimbles. These have my labels. So I've got a variety of labels. You'll have seen quite a few of these before. These are from the lovely Mel at Handmade by Ditzy Tulip. And then I've got lots of Kylie in the machine, and it just means I've got a choice of labels while making my project. I keep my little scissors here, my sharps and snips and things. I keep some more threads and bobbins on this tray. I got a lovely print, which I really need to get framed and up, from a local artist that my parents bought me for a birthday or Christmas present, which I love. Then I've got tools, got my rotary cutter, got my hole maker. This is a bin I use this as, so when that's filled up it'll be emptied. And then behind my equipment here, I keep my, the lights are getting in the way. You see, there you go. I keep my main fabric scissors, my Tula pinks, and my pinking shears. So they're close because this now is my sewing area, and this is right in front of the window. Now, if you did watch my previous tour, I used to have the sewing along here, but it was awkward. I didn't have any light because my light bulb is, I don't know if you can really tell from there, but it's basically right in front of the window. So instead of being in the middle of the room, it's right in front over there for some reason. They're all like that in this house. So when I was sewing down here, that didn't help. But now I've moved my desk and I can sew right in front of the window and watch what's going on in Plymouth. A bit grey and wet today, but I can watch the world go on while I sew. So as I say, this is currently set up purely because I was filming a minute ago. They normally live elsewhere. I've got my overlocker in the corner there. I have this really handy dandy thimble storage container, which has got that's paper cutting type scissors, hole makers. It's got screwdrivers, point turners, the much needed stitch ripper. They're always there on my desk, as is usually this diary, which I invested on a decent diary this year. Of all the years to decide to invest in a diary, it was this year. But it usually lives on my table if I'm planning things. The window is like a dumping drawer for me. I have lots of dumping drawers, but I also have a dumping windowsill. I have a lovely print that I won from a giveaway the Specky Seamstress did. And this random, it looks like, I know, head with a flat cap as a polystyrene head. I used to make hairbands quite a long time ago, and I used to photograph them on that head. And so he's just wearing a flat cap, so he feels dressed. I have this really fab little stash and store, which when I'm sewing usually sits right in front of me. It's got my seam gauge, it's got some erasable pens, it's got some scissors, it's got another seam ripper, chopsticks for corners, snips, brush for cleaning out my sewing machine, which is actually a makeup brush. And then I have things like this one, this little homemade little sort of beanbag here holds my wonder clips. That also has a load of wonder clips in it. This little package here has all my dead needles and pins in it, so I can dispose of them safely. This tin has a load of junk in, so I won't open. This little lovely container here contains most of my pattern weights. I have all my pins live on the windowsill here. These are, again, ones I recently got from the So Hayley Jane. I have the almost necessary biscuit tin. Now, what do we think the likelihood of this containing biscuits is? We did get them one Christmas. We did eat all the biscuits, but now, it's hard to do this one-handed. I may have to pause you one second. So by magic, ta-da! This has bias binding in it. I have this lovely gold one I got very recently. And then I have some blues, greys, silvers. These are all plain ones because I am waiting very impatiently now for the lovely Laura at the Specky Seamstress to launch her business next month, where I have pledged her crowdfunder, so I will be getting some of her fabulous new bias binding. Check her out if you haven't already. So as I say, I have all my pins, magnetic pin holder which lives beside me while I sew. Then on my sewing desk I obviously have my sewing machine, and this one is my Brother in Novice. I'll get the cover off for you so you can see. There you go. I have the Novice F420, which I love. So that lives on my desk. Down in this corner, tucked away, my local print shop always rolls my A0 patterns. So they're down the corner. However, more recent patterns I've tended to get here like printed and then folded. So I'm going to find somewhere else to store them. This is a pattern I'm going to be working on very soon. And it is the free pattern from Helen's Closet, the Lunar Tank. So I've cut out the pieces for that. So I just need to cut the fabric. And I haven't got the artwork for this, but this is the South Shore Romper from Ellie and Mac. I can probably insert a photo. That's another one I'm going to cut out soon. My daughter wants a matching mommy and me. And so I have the kids and the adults version. And then this is out because inside here is my Sirocco Deer and Doe. And as I say, I've just filmed a little vlog about that. So I have lots of drawers, very badly organised. So this one has basically fat quarters in. I haven't got a clue what's in the two below because I need to sort through. This one has lots of various tools. It's got my manuals for my machine and my sew blocker. It's got a little tiny little screw set which comes in handy. And then it's got things like fabric glue, double-sided sticky tape, various strange bits and pieces. The one below it I know has some rulers in it and a little cutting mat. This is a great little ruler because this is actually a hot ruler from Clover. So I can use this and turn up my hems to whatever size I want them to be and iron directly on that because this doesn't get hot. It's meant to be ironed on. So that's really useful. And then tucked down here I have my large ruler, which I use when I'm using my rotary cutter and my cutting mat. And I tuck my cutting mat away here when I'm not using it. Because if you've seen my previous vlog, you'll know I have this collapsible table that my husband sort of made from a dining table we got in a charity shop. So my mannequin lives here when the table's not up. And she's not to the right size of me or anything. She's more just to place clothes and take measures on. One day I'd really like to get one that's my size. But this table, I can just lift up the flap and then pull a leg out and put my cutting mat on that. And what I found with my previous layout, because my sewing desk was this side and then the table came out to here, I had no room. So if I pushed my chair back at all, I would smack into the table. So having the table along there means when this table is up, I've got all that room to move backwards without careering into the table. So I do like the new layout. It's a lot more spacious. I got a couple of sewing prints I got from a car boot sale, and I've got a Material Go Laura Get Your Sew On, which I've just put in a frame. These are new to me. These are tiny little pin boards in the shape of hexagons, which I totally got the idea from, I think it was Nikki at the Stitch Sisters. She's got larger ones on a tour she did. I've just got these small ones. I got these cute little patches during the big lockdown because my birthday was during the lockdown and I was in the self-isolation sewing club. I thought they were neat. And then I got a couple of my Felicity fabric swatches there at the moment. I keep a pinboard above that with various business cards and postcards on. I have a little shelf with loads and loads of bag making things in those boxes, and then these fabulous big cones for my overlocker, which again they're going to come out in this variegated thread, which I love, and I've got more of my rainbow ones hiding up there. I've got this little flag that I made recently from the lovely What Abby Makes on Instagram and YouTube. Sorry, I'm wobbling the camera. Really easy little flag to hold your pins on. I've got lots of sewing related pins, and also my favourite, I'm very busy. I wear that one a lot. And also my Tea and a Friend, The Perfect Blend. Love a good cup of tea. So that is that end of the room. And then the last crucial part of my room is back towards the door. And I've got these two IKEA units. So I used to have a small black shelving unit here, which lasted me well, but then eventually died. So I've bought this, and this one is a 3x4. And so 3 rows of the shelves all hold fabric, as you can see. And then I've got these containers at the bottom. This is pretty much all bag making in here, and bags that I've made and projects and anything to do with bag making. This one I believe is projects that I'm working on. So I tend to put them all in one of these, well, one of these actually, IKEA food sack things. I got that from Claire at The Beautiful Things. She does that. And then I'll put a project in with all the bits and bobs, and it will get shoved in this drawer. This drawer is absolutely crammed with projects that I need to finish. Problem is, in the drawers, out of sight, out of mind. And then this one I believe is large scraps. Oh look, more projects not done. Whoops. Large scraps of fabrics under that unfinished project. I am starting to sort my fabric colour coded. So as you can see, I do love this, I don't know, is it burgundy claret? This lovely red colour. I have quite a few that I'm going to be able to use up this autumn winter. And then I'm starting to do, I've got blue is my favourite colour, as you know. And so I've started sorting. I got a lot to get through. Then this one is new to me as well. Let's see if I can show you it really well. It's just a single 4 storage calyx, but it fits perfectly in this corner next to this one. I keep my big box of threads. Oh, I keep this one on top there, and that is where my lights and camera equipment normally live. On the top of this one, that is an old Singer machine that really I need to move because I don't use it, and I could use that space. I've got all my button jars going on, as you can see. Oops. And some thread, which needs sorting. All my sewing books are up there. And then these are my other pattern weights that are my lovely foxglove and field. These are mostly indie patterns in this container here, but in the stack of 4 I have usually my magazine patterns and also ones from the big 4, plus my magazines and spare pattern pockets for when I'm actually cut them out. This one here is currently all cords or needle cords, which I'm hoping, I throw it on the floor, to get sewn up this autumn winter. This just has my Eden coat fabric in, which you hopefully have seen in another haul. I'm going to be making Eden coat out of that, and then scraps in the basket that hopefully are big enough to make things like facings and inner pockets, and if they're jersey they will probably become knickers. Just hiding there behind the door, I have my green rivet press, and you can buy different studs to do different things with the press. I will quickly give you a sneak of what's hanging on the door, which is my latest make. Ta-da! And in the corner here I have this roll. I don't know if anybody knows what it is. Let me just find the, there you go, G770 by, I can never say that, Vlizeline. It appears to be, because it's bumpy one side, but it's really stretchy. I think it's some sort of interfacing maybe for knit, but a friend of mine bought it by accident for her bag making and just gave me the roll. So that sits in the corner. So that is basically my room, and I will just show you very briefly. This huge bag from the range is full of fabrics. So I need to rearrange the storage a little bit. Okay, so I hope that was not too boring for you. I'm really lucky, I know, to have my own sewing space. So albeit not huge, it's got a lot in it. I absolutely love it. I love that I can close the door on it. I will tidy all the drawers up, and then at some point I'll give you a little peek of what is actually in the rest of the drawers. But for now, that is my tour of my sewing room updated for 2020. Hope you enjoyed, and stick around for more videos coming from me soon, and I'll catch you in my next video.